I got me some knives. I got me some knives. That's what I look like when I get excited about brand new knives hitting the Cooking with Jack show. We're going to review them in a moment, but first I want to tell you about my brand new channel, Tech Time. Do me a favor, go down the link below after this and subscribe to the new show. Anything technology, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be about smartphones and tablets and computers and video games and websites. Anything technology. I'm also going to be bringing guests on the show and maybe even you to join me for a discussion. It's going to be awesome. It's all tech. It's called Tech Time with Jack Scalfani. Subscribe down below. All right, you ready to see these knives? Come on in close. Look how cool this knife block is. Black diamond knife block. It's designed. These guys are really, really good on design. Let me open it up here. Now that is a great knife block. It's got this smooth black metal. It's really not, I don't know if it's metal or not. Yeah, it feels like it, but it's not. It's really light. I wonder what material that is. Almost like a rubberized. If there was such thing as rubberized metal, this would be it. But the knives go in here on top. Cool design, huh? Sits on your counter. I don't know if you remember, back in July, I showed this knife set hitting the show, and it had the pack of wood handles. It's called Mr. Chef Kitchen Knife Set. And I have to tell you, since July, I have used this to cut everything in my personal life, everything on the show, even though you didn't see it on camera, when I prepped vegetables or anything, they got chopped onions, everything was done with these knives. What's good about these knives? I've never had to sharpen them since July. That's right. It is now well into September, so I'm excited to say that these knives are better than I thought. So I want to show them to you one last time before they leave the set. We're going to be boxing those up. I will be donating them to somebody. Might be the church, might be a friend of mine, might be somebody who needs knives. I don't know where, but we will donate these to someone, okay? In the meantime, let's bring in the ones I showed you at the beginning of the show and tell you all about it. Are you guys ready? You ready to see it? Here we go. Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-ba-da-da-da. There it is. Whoops, sorry. Get rid of that. Look at that. Pretty cool, huh? Had a cool looking set. Look at that. Isn't that cool looking? That is so cool. They went the extra mile to make it look different at least. I have no idea how sharp they are. All right, so my favorite thing to do is, I remember on Ginsu, they would just drop a tomato on a blade. So I'm gonna try that first. Okay, didn't go all the way through, but I'm gonna finish the cut. It's an overly ripe tomato, so that means the skin's getting all kind of wrinkly, and those are the best ones to try, see how sharp a knife is. Wow. Good so far. The skin's wrinkly too. Look at that. It's getting whoop, whoop. There we go. And one more. Come on, one more. Don't cut yourself, Jack. There we go. All right. So there you go. Okay, so this slicing knife did a really good job slicing. Wow, I've never heard of a slicing knife though. But I got one now, so we're gonna be using this. And now I'm gonna bring in the bread knife on another tomato, because I prefer a bread knife for slicing tomatoes. This is their bread knife. Interesting, huh? And once again, I love, you've heard me say on the show many times, I love using a bread knife to slice my tomatoes. So let's give it a try. Let's see if it works better than the slicing knife. This is a really overly ripe tomato. Look how thin that is. Isn't that crazy? All right, so the next one I want to talk about is the one you saw on the cover of the box. It's a Diba knife. And this is a stout knife that usually the Japanese use for carving or cutting fish, filleting fish, cutting it up, whatever, cutting the heads off, all that. And I don't have any fish right now, so I'm just showing it to you. We're going to use other knives. They all carry the same strong sharpness on their blade. So let's bring in a chef knife right now for cutting up some celery. I don't want to misuse this knife, and just wanted to talk about it. Okay, so we have two chef knives in the set, the 6-inch and the 7.5. I always go for the longer. It's just easier for me to use. But, you know, if you're cutting something a little bit smaller, I get it. If you're new to the show, I have the worst skills ever in knives. But doesn't mean I don't have to use one. So if you're looking going, man, this guy has got horrible skills. He's not... I'm not a chef. I'm a dude in the kitchen. And... a little bit of hang up on these. I'm not feeling it go through as easy as some of the other knives on the show. Which leads me to, yeah, it's not, it should just be tearing right through it. It's brand new. So I'm a little concerned about design over sharpness, but we will find out as time goes on. All right, guys, I decided to use the smaller chef knife. So let's do that right now. See how that goes. I love their thick spines. It just feels comfortable on your fingertips. Great job on that design. Gently cut in. Yeah, there is an edge problem on this knife. I'm having trouble pressing it into the onion. Normally, when I do this with every other knife I've ever tested, I can gently slide the knife in on its own, especially a brand new knife. Just a little pressure goes in. Then I tip it up. You guys have seen me do this before. And then gently apply pressure on the knife and it just slides in comfortably. This one grabbed up again. So we will see how this works. Tip is very sharp. All right, you guys ready? It's time for the grand finale. We have a tradition here. Every time a knife set comes on, I missed a few knife sets. I should have done this on every knife set, but I didn't. But we started to do it again. So every knife set that comes on the show, we take like the longest knife, brand new, and we try and slice it through a pineapple. It's never failed yet. So let's see if this can do it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on. Try it again. 3. It didn't go through it. I mean, it dinged it and then spun it. 1, 2, 3. Wow. All right, guys. That's the best I got there. That's the first time ever a knife on the show didn't go through. I told you there were some grabbing issues with these knives. We have a sharpness issue. These are straight out of the box. They were just washed and used for this video only. I'm gonna make an executive decision here. I've never really done this before, but I'm probably not gonna keep these on the show. So I'm gonna keep the pack of wood ones still on the show until another set arrives from somebody else that might be comparable to the sharpness of those. But I appreciate Edge of Belgravia. I appreciate you guys sending it to the show. Nothing against your company, but these stainless steel knives, just out of the box, they should be sharper than they are. So that's it, guys. I hate to end on a down note, but I like to be honest with you guys, and I'll see you on the next episode. Take care. Bye-bye.